Next, we're going to talk about page 12, which relates to the investment income for the company. Page 12 is broken up into two exhibits. The exhibit at the top of page 12 is the exhibit of net investment income, and it's broken out between two columns. Column 1 actually is the collected amount of investment income during the calendar year. So it's the actual receipts of the company thrown off from its investment portfolio. Column 2 is the actual earned amount of investment income. And column 2, when you look at the exhibit at the top of page 12 and you go down to line 17, net investment income, you'll see that that is the number that appears back on page 4, the statement of income for investment income section. And you can see when you look at the exhibit at the top of page 12, it's broken down into several categories. It shows basically bonds, different categories of bonds, stocks, different categories of stocks, mortgage loans, other assets that are invested by the company to earn investment income. And what you'll note is that there is a significant amount of detail that supports what these numbers are represented in this exhibit on something called Schedule D within the annual statement. And that is a very detailed set of work papers that track back to the investment income earned showed on page 12, which is also presented on page 4, the statement of income. So there are enormous amounts of detail out there supporting these numbers within the Yellow Book annual statement itself, and this is a good example of it. The bottom of page 12 is the exhibit of capital gains and losses. And here again, if you recall when we were talking about the statement of income, page 4, under the section of investment income, we also referenced the realized gains or losses for that calendar year. Those are part of the investment income represented on page 4, the statement of income. In this case, that happens to be column 3 of the bottom exhibit of page 12. It's the total realized capital gains and losses, and that's really represented by columns 1 plus 2, which is simply the realized gains or losses on sales or maturities, and column 2 is other realized adjustments. So primarily you're going to see activity in column 1 carry over to column 3. That's what you're going to see as realized gains or losses for that reporting period on page 4, statement of income. Column 4 on the exhibit of capital gains and losses is the change in unrealized capital gains and losses. Now, if you were to go back and look at page 4, the statement of income, down under the capital and surplus section, you'd see that there is a line item for the change in unrealized gains or losses. That's the difference between the change in the unrealized losses or market value of the holdings from the prior year end to the current year end. It's reflected in the bottom of page 4, the statement of income, under the equity section to show you the change or the impact to the company's surplus for that calendar year.